Hello, and welcome to part 2 of properties of our planets. So, this video is on the properties of the outer planets. So, the first one we have here, the first outer planet is Jupiter. Jupiter is the fifth planet from the Sun and the largest in the solar system, by far more than twice as massive as all the others combined. Jupiter is the largest and oldest planet in our solar system. Its appearance: Jupiter's signature stripes and swirls are actually cold, windy clouds of ammonia and water floating in an atmosphere of hydrogen and helium. The dark orange stripes are called belts, while the lighter bands are called zones, and they flow east and west in opposite directions. Jupiter's iconic Great Red Spot is a giant storm bigger than Earth that has raged for hundreds of years. Jupiter has 95 moons that are officially recognized by the International Astronomical Union. The four largest moons, Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto, were first observed by the astronomer Galileo Galilei in 1610. These four moons are known today as the Galilean satellites. The composition of Jupiter is similar to that of the Sun, mostly hydrogen and helium. Did you know that Jupiter has the shortest day in the solar system, taking about 9.9 hours to spin around on its axis? Well, that's not enough time to get things done. Saturn. Saturn is the sixth planet from the Sun and the second largest in the solar system. It's surrounded by beautiful rings, and you can see the little GIF I added there of the little character going around on his little vehicle just to make it fun. Orbit and rotation. So Saturn has the second shortest day in the solar system. Okay, so one day on Saturn takes only 10.7 hours. Again, just like Jupiter. Could you imagine a day on Saturn? You better start multitasking if you have a lot to do that day. Saturn is 9 times the size of Earth. From an average distance of 886 million miles, Saturn is 9.5 astronomical units away from the Sun. 1 astronomical unit, abbreviated as AU, is the distance from the Sun to Earth. From this distance, it takes sunlight 80 minutes to travel from the Sun to Saturn. Starting at Saturn and moving outward, there is the D ring, C ring, B ring, Cassini division, A ring, F ring, G ring, and finally the E ring. Much farther out, there is the very faint Phoebe ring in the orbit of Saturn's moon, Phoebe. Uranus. Uranus is the seventh planet from the Sun, and the third largest planet in our solar system, about 4 times wider than Earth. Uranus is very cold and windy. It is surrounded by faint rings and more than 24 small moons. It rotates at a 90-degree angle from the plane of its orbit. As you can see here in the diagram, it looks like it's tilted on its side, which makes it very unique. So Uranus gets its blue-green color from methane gas in the atmosphere. Sunlight passes through the atmosphere and is reflected back out by Uranus's cloud tops. Methane gas absorbs the red portion of the light, resulting in its blue-green color. Uranus is one of 2 ice giants in the outer solar system. The other one is Neptune. Most, 80% or more of the planet's mass is made up of a hot, dense fluid of icy materials, water, methane, and ammonia above a small, rocky core. Uranus has 27 moons, but in this diagram, I chose an image from Google Images, and I had typed in Uranus planet. It shows some of the moons surrounding Uranus. As you can see, there's Rosalind, Belinda is another name of Uranus moon, Puck, Portia, Bianca, Cressida, Desdemona. You can see the pole there. It's labeled the equator. So Uranus is definitely a unique planet. Again, what is so defining about it is that it appears to be tilted on its side. Okay, the last outer planet of our solar system is Neptune. Now, I love this little GIF that I added because it incorporates something I don't have in the text on the side here. So it's 1.5 times the size of Earth, Neptune's core. Now, that is just the center of this planet. Can you imagine? It's one and a half times the size of Earth, just the center of Neptune, 45% of the planet's mass. Okay. So again, if you look over here at the diagram, I want you to just take a look over here. So start reading from the right. It's made of water, ice, and silicate rock inside that center of Neptune. Okay, so let's talk about the features of Neptune. It's dark, cold, and whipped by supersonic winds. Giant Neptune is the 8th and most distant major planet orbiting our sun. Neptune has 16 known moons. Neptune's largest moon, Triton, was discovered on October 10th, 1846 by William Lasalle, just 17 days after Johann Gottfried Galle discovered the planet. Neptune has at least 5 main rings and 4 prominent ring arcs that we know of so far. Starting near the planet and moving outward, the main rings are Galle, Leverrier, LaSalle, Arago, and Adams. Neptune does not have a solid surface. Its atmosphere, made up mostly of hydrogen, helium, and methane, extends to great depths, gradually merging into water and other melted ices over a heavier solid core with about the same mass as Earth. So that covers all our outer planets. So definitely take a minute to read these slides. Because I noticed on the other video, I had the slides and I walked you through them. I read them aloud. But right here, just read this if you could. I will just leave the slide there for you to take some notes if you need them on Jupiter. And if you need to take notes on Saturn. Again, that was a cool fact. Saturn is 9 times the size of Earth. Okay, again, the second largest planet in our solar system. So that's important to remember. One day on Saturn takes only 10.7 hours. Okay, and Jupiter was the largest. So those are 2 big planets in our solar system. So Jupiter, then Saturn, and then we had Uranus. Okay, again, 3rd largest. So it's kind of like going down the line here. Like if you're starting at the very end, farthest from the sun, it's like you have, so again, 5th from the sun, then you have 6th, Saturn. So you have like this space. So here's Jupiter, right? And then you have Saturn, although that's the 2nd largest, so it's getting a little smaller. But, and then of course Uranus. So there's this little pattern before, you get to the last planet. So it's like, okay, biggest, then 2nd, and then the 3rd largest to the end there. Uranus, if you want to take some notes. And if you want to make notes of the moons of Uranus. And we have Neptune. So that sums it up for the properties of our outer planets. So the next time we will be talking about the properties of Earth and the properties of our solar system and going over the review questions so you can get ready for your upcoming science quiz. So until next time, bye.